Hi, welcome to the stream. I'm Camille, the Dungeon Master. What you need to know is that we are playing 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons in a world of my own creation, called Zenmaria. We're using the Dawn War Pantheon with a few special additions. You may recognize some Pathfinder flair, from the Oracle class to the goddess Sarenrae, and you can find homebrewed items, monsters, and even entire races in this campaign. You might also see me play an important NPC by the name of Ray. He met the party early on and traveled with the group for quite a while before they realized he's not only the missing general of the Imperial Army, but he's also the crowned prince of the Empire. Ray has made it his mission to protect his new friends while he embarks on a quest of his own to save various members of his endangered family, as the Empire is in the middle of a civil war. Underlying players to this open rebellion are being slowly revealed throughout the game, and the characters are choosing to remain neutral for now, but these unlikely heroes face a much bigger threat. An insurmountable force threatens the material plane, taunting the characters from just beyond their horizon. At the same time, many factions work to their own ends, both for and against the party's personal objectives. The Divine Covenant seeks to protect the Primal Ban, while the Silence claims to root out corruption at its core, by any means necessary. The Cult of the Dragon Queen aims to raise their Dark Queen from the 9 Hells, and the Assembly still remains a mystery. Even the gods on high mean to meddle in the lives of this group of adventurers that they have named as Fate's Chosen. These adventurers handle trials from handling political intrigue to maintaining the balance of the cosmos, not to mention fighting their own personal demons. In a world where nothing is black or white, good or evil, Fate's Chosen must find a way to mark their own paths and claim their own destinies. Welcome to Open for Adventure.
Have you heard of those touched by fate? Families forged through triumph and trial. Heroes to both stranger and friend lend an ear, and I'll spin you their tale.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to the 51st episode of Fate's Chosen on Open for Adventure. Last time on this session, sorry, this music's real calm and chill, and I need to get into... How about impending adventure? How does that sound?
Is there an impending adventure?
You tell me.
Well, I mean, I'm open for it if there is.
Okay.
I feel like that's an automatic we win D&D.
Pretty much.
So tonight, on Open for Adventure, we have 2 guests joining us. Evan, played by Jono, and Alexander, played by Morgan. The last time we saw our party, they had just arrived in the capital of the rebellion, city known as Azmorin. That is run by now King Theodore Vanderborn Delaney. He was the last son of a very prolific and wealthy noble family of Azmorin. His mother and father ruled the city together, and about 15 years before the campaign started, the town was overrun by devils. And the entire Delaney family that was currently present was slaughtered. Theodore was off on an adventure with a group known as the Seven, who were famous in their own right. He returned to his town to find that his family had been killed and his people were being enslaved, and the Empire was not sending any help. They had quarantined his city. So, he has been ruling for some time and recently declared rebellion against, declared Azmorin a sovereign nation, apart from the empire that they had been a part of for hundreds and hundreds of years. Our party, Kessra, Leona, and Eldon, along with their dearest friend Ray, with the help of Evan and Alexander, invaded the castle of the Empire, rescued a ton of people, including the princess and Kessra and Leona's father, Xanalor. And the last that we left off specifically, the front doors to the castle flung open and Celestia Vanderborn Delaney walked in, a woman, Theo's older sister, whom everyone thought to be dead, including Alexander's brother Apollo, who was engaged to her. They were engaged to be married. So, noticeably absent from this hall right now are Eldon Vale and Andromeda Skyseeker. I believe that certain members in this group cast some spells, and you would like to know the results of those?
Indeed.
Kessra, you do not sense... Oh, shit. Did you cast...
I cast, what did I cast? I cast Divine Sense.
You do not sense any
Celestial Fiend or Undead.
celestial fiend or undead.
Well, frick. Okay.
Can y'all hear the music?
Yes.
Okay.
I cast Detect Magic.
So that does... You have to be within 30 feet, am I correct? Or is it 1,000 feet for detect magic? I'm pretty sure it's 30 feet.
I think it is 30 feet, yes.
So you're going to get within 30 feet of her?
I mean, I guess how big is this?
It's a pretty...
Where-
It's like the throne room, essentially. So it's pretty wide and immensely long.
Okay, and I guess where did we... I mean, I kind of just
You
followed
would've-
Apollo, and where did we come in from?
You would have filtered in from... So in the back is this throne, and then on each side of this throne is a corridor, and you would have filtered in through that. And she is walking up the center right now. You see her now. She is very tall and slender, just like the King Theo. And for those of you who know her, would remember her having very long, white, blonde hair that usually was kept in a braid. It has been, however, cropped short to her ears, or to just below her ears, and hangs down regally. She wears cloaks of brown and black, very ornate, not ornate, but very finely crafted armor, which you would sense is magical. You get a couple of different things. Probably as she walks closer, you would be able to cast divine magic or detect magic. And first of all, she's got a lot of magic items on her, so it can be a little hard to dissect which is which. You catch a lot of divination, or you catch some divination, some abjuration, some magic that you... Basically, there's several things going on here that you would understand. Something to keep people from scrying on her or looking at her. something that protects her. That maybe if she took damage, something would take damage as a result. And then a few like protective energy spells.
But no necromancy.
Not that you register.
Okay.
Areo turns to Leona, kind of pulls you a little bit back just by the shoulder. Love, I don't know if this is something that we want to get involved in.
What is this exactly that we're getting involved in?
Potentially something very, very bad. If that is the true Celestia Vanderborn Delaney, I think we have nothing to fear, but if it is not, there's no telling who it could be.
Oh. Well.
Evan, Annalena grasps your hand and gives you just like, I have no idea what's going on.
It's very tense in here, and I don't get it.
She's supposed to be dead.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Yeah.
Huh.
She's supposed to be dead.
That's a weird trend.
Oh. Yes, that is a weird trend going on. So as this is happening, you watch Celestia approach her brother, who's standing he's standing in front of the throne, but not like specifically to block it or anything. He stares at her with an open mouth, just shock. Celestia. Sister, where have you been? We buried you. The woman standing in front now walks to be within 3 or 4 feet of the king, who you see his chalk white hair. He does have a bit of a not exactly a crown, but almost like a circlet around his head. It's more symbolic really than anything. That would have lit up on your detect magic though. It is slightly magical. Celestia looks at all of the prying eyes in the room. Brother, I think we should find a place to talk. Just you and me. A few of the guards have, you noticed, tensed around their rifles, around their swords, hands under cloaks. And Theo says, Yes, let's. Follow me. He turns his back to her and leads her out of the throne room, back through one of the corridors, and out of sight. 5 guards trailing behind him.
Is he going to be okay? If it's not her, he probably shouldn't be in a room by himself with her, right?
He won't be by himself. I'm sure of it. And then, so as they're walking out, you hear a voice call out from the opposite side of the hall, and stumbling, as if stuck in a stupor, is Apollo Lightbringer, the oldest son of the Lightbringer family, and Alexander's eldest brother. Celestia! The entire room stops. Celestia freezes. Turns her head to look. Turns her head back to Theo and keeps walking. The door closes behind them. What would y'all like to do?
I'm going to go up to my brother and just kind of, I don't know, like you said, he's in a stupor. Like, I mean, like, does he look like drunk? Or...
No, he just looks like he has had the shock of his life. Understandably so. You know,
Yeah.
so Celestia and Apollo were together for a decade. Since they were almost too young to be, they just were always a pair.
Right. I'm going to walk up to him and just like put a hand on his chest. Perhaps now just isn't the best time. I'm sure she wants to see you.
Sure, yeah. Yeah. I need a drink.
I agree, this is definitely a drink-worthy situation. Perhaps we should keep it to just one, though, in case we should perhaps be given an audience.
I hear you, brother. Would you care to join me?
Yes, absolutely. Perhaps we can convince the young emperor to come with us. I'm sure that they might call for him first.
Sure, yeah. All of the party, they can all come if they'd like.
Well then, let us retire to.
I know a tavern. Let's go. It's right
All right,
down the way.
outside the castle it is then.
Sure, yeah. He blinks a few times and turns and begins to walk. You see Mira as a part of the crowd, with a few of her monk associates. Sorry. Wow. Who put me in charge of this? And she kind of looks like she means to speak up, and then at the last minute just shakes her head.
I'll give her the eyes, like the come along.
She follows. You just really want all of my NPCs in here, don't you?
Yeah.
Great, awesome, cool, fantastic. My favorite.
As y'all start to leave, I'm gonna go up to Blondie, and as much as I love a good trip to a tavern that I've never been to, because you know I do, I've got an appointment with some trees.
An appointment with some. There are.
It's well, yeah.
There are bathrooms in the castle, you know.
No. I am gonna lean in a little bit. I'm gonna try and get Red back.
Ah,
I don't know quite how that's gonna go, so I'm gonna attempt to,
all right. Yes, I would suggest. Well, I mean, the stables might be a good place, although they're probably rather busy. But the West Garden is usually fairly deserted.
Yeah, that's my hope. Good luck with that. Yep, I'm gonna pat him on the back. I am going to vacate the premises. I've had dead fiancés returning back to life after extended periods of time is kind of a touch. I'd rather not dwell on that particular subject, so I'm gonna go.
Before you leave, I pipe up, hey, I heard taverns and trees, and those are my 2 summoning words. So
Taverns are that way. Trees are a solo ride only.
have fun.
Yeah.
Alexander, if you're looking for another drinking buddy, I'd love to join you.
I think the more the merrier will be in order tonight.
I'll come as well. Annalena is loath to be part from Evan at this point. So raise your hand if you're going to the tavern. Oh, that's right. That's right. Before we continue,
Could you repeat the question?
who's
A
going to the
cat.
tavern?
Oh, okay. Sorry, a cat ripped the cord out of my headset, so
You should just kick him out. They're,
it's your cat. So I don't
like I
have-
said, his name is Asmodeus for a reason. So, as the group begins to migrate out of the throne room, out of the Great Hall, approaching the Great Hall from the stables, Eldon Vale. There's some kind of hullabaloo going on inside. It does not seem to be anything violent. But as you're walking up, you see a familiar figure. And this figure, you haven't really seen her for very long periods of time up close. This is Andromeda Skyseeker. She walks with a slight limp because one of her legs is mechanical. It seems to be built from some of the same technology that the almost reminds you of the firearms, strangely enough, that are built. You do understand that a lot of very powerful artificers are here in Azmorin, and it's not unlikely that her limbs were crafted here as well. Because it's not just her leg, it's her arm, her right arm as well. She has silver hair pulled back, and her eyes are milky white, signifying that she is physically blind. She walks with an uneven gait, almost lost in thought. Her hand trails along the stone as she makes her way, not directly towards you as if she is coming to meet you, but just in your general direction.
I guess whom's general direction? The
I'm
groups or
sorry,
Eldon's?
Eldon's at this point.
Mine. Are you alright, man?
Hello, old friend. Oh, it's been so long.
I don't think we've had the pleasure.
I'm sorry. My name is Andromeda Skyseeker. She reaches her right mechanical arm out to you.
I'll take it. It's Eldon Vale. Are you okay?
She doesn't let go of your hand. With her left hand, her flesh hand, she puts it on top of yours. And it's warm. She gives you a smile. And then everything goes black. Two faceless noblemen sit across from one another. One is dressed in white, the other in black. Between them is a dragon chessboard. The black mage takes the white cleric. The white noble then reaches for one of their pieces, but stops, looking up. That's where you see another figure. This one made of shadow, watching their game from above. Their head shakes slowly from side to side. And the white noble chooses another piece instead. Suddenly a wren perches on the shadowed figure's shoulder, whispering in their ear. This bird's song, though, is frantic and nervous. They take the bird into their hands, and you see a pair of lips moving, but you hear no sound. And the wren flutters away. The chessboard falls to the ground, melting away, as do the nobles, whose flesh and bones draw together and upwards into the looming presence of a flesh-bound book, which snaps closed with a flicker of arcane energy. It flickers again, and then it sparks. Blinding light flashes behind your eyes as lightning strikes a massive ash tree, whose bark is shattered shields and broken spears, bloodied. The trunk splits asunder, and from the roots emerges the same shadowed figure. They steal away into the dark of night, rushed, desperate, leaving behind a path littered with the bodies of birds, toward a small rowboat at the river's edge. Another crash of lightning echoes from the distance, and you are drawn from this back into the real world. Party, as you leave the Great Hall, you see Eldon Vale and Andromeda Skyseeker embraced at the hands. Eldon's nose is bleeding. Ray immediately rushes up. Eldon. What's wrong?
What the hell was that? And I ripped my hand away.
Did you see that too?
What was it? What did you do to me?
I haven't done anything to you. I should go.
Yeah, me too.
We may seek your counsel later, madam. A rather interesting thing has just happened.
I'm sure. She steps a few steps over to the window and faces away from all of you. Maybe about 10 feet away.
Well, Eldon, we're all heading to a tavern. You look like you could use a drink. Seems like it's a night for it, for sure.
Bet your ass I do.
Eldon, did you... Ray speaks up now. Did you accomplish what we set out to do?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There.
Very good.
Arrangements are being made.
Very good. Come with us.
Yes, sir.
Before we leave, I'm gonna go to Andromeda. Miss Skyseeker?
Andromeda is fine, really.
Are you okay?
You see that she's actually holding her mechanical arm in her left hand. Yes, I just need some adjustments. Sometimes when I have visions, it takes things from me.
it always do that?
No, not always. She kind of looks down, and you see what used to, the mechanical arm runs from the tips of her fingers to the top of her elbow. You see that her dress now falls flat at her shoulder. And she reaches into her bag and kind of with one hand kind of tries to get this mechanical arm into her bag so she doesn't have to carry it.
I'll help her.
It's pretty easy. You hold the bag open and she's able to slide it in. Don't worry, I have someone who takes care of this. It was my fault. I shouldn't have done that. I just thought...
You?
What?
Why did you?
I thought I knew him.
Did you?
I don't think I've ever met that man in my life. No, but I thought... Well, it's very silly. He just seemed very familiar. I'm fine. Go and join the rest of them. I'll catch up.
Okay. I'll give her hand a small squeeze, and I'll go join the rest of the party.
It doesn't take very long for you all to find yourself in this tavern. It's just maybe a 5-minute walk from the front of the castle. For being in such a... Unlike the city of Zandaria, which is the capital of the empire, which is built into rings, kind of designating your social status. Azmoran is not like that. The main keep, the castle, sits in the very center of the city, but it's... next to it, you can find a blacksmith. Next to it, you can find a very nice restaurant. Next to it, you can find a temple. There's no true districts here. Not really. But the lot of you find your way to this small tavern that Apollo takes you to. And let's see, we have Leona, Alexander, Eldon, Evan, Ray, Annalena, Apollo, Mira. All right. The 7 of you all sit down at this large round table and order yourself some drinks. Kesra,
And that's me.
where are you going?
Towards the trees.
Towards the
I got,
trees.
like, general directions, and I'm not afraid to ask for directions. I'm not afraid of admitting that I'm lost, so.
Yeah, it doesn't take you very long.
Gonna go into the garden.
Yeah, it's a lovely garden outside of the keep. It is open. It is not behind a wall. It is free to enter. Anybody can come and go. It's very quiet, as it is approaching spring. Winter is ending. The frost. There's no snow here or anything. But you see some flowers are beginning to bloom, and a few places have tall hedges, almost like a maze. Other places are just rows and rows of wildflowers, along with some orchards, some apple trees.
I'm gonna leisurely stroll around, until I find some place that's relatively secluded, but also big enough for a horse.
Sure.
Yep. And I'm gonna plop my butt down at one end of this little area, this little clearing, and I'm gonna put my elbows on my knees and rest my head on my knuckles. And just gonna enjoy the quiet for a second, because it's been a little cuckoo cuckoo for a while. I'm gonna sit for a few minutes in the there's nothing happening right here. I mean, obviously shit's happening, but like right here, right now, it's quiet. Kind of understand why hermits exist now. Kind of get it. But after a little bit, I am gonna get a little bit bored, because not one for meditation. So, gonna sit up straight. How the fuck do I do this? Shit. Because it was an accident. The first one wasn't. I didn't do dick last time. I was just cursing the fact that I didn't have a horse, and suddenly a horse appeared. Is that how it works? Do I just gotta like... Shit, I really need a horse right now. Nah, right, I think that would work. Fuck. Maybe I really fucking need a horse right now. Is that like... There's the stables, but like it's not the right horse. I need a... I don't know how to fucking do this. I could ask the plethora of Palor following paladins. That was all. It's fine. No. Fuck. Shit. Okay. And I'm gonna like... I'm just, if anybody's watching, I'm just like super restless. Once I start, like, nothing, I don't, fuck. I need to pay attention when my horse talks to me. Okay, alright, okay. Shit. I'm okay. I'm gonna fuck. So like a magic word? Is that I didn't say anything weird when I was running through the forest. Just a lot of fuck. A lot of shit. A lot of goddamn. That's how it worked. I'd have a lot of horses by now. Fuck, I don't want it. Fine. And I'm gonna like dig into my shirt and I'm gonna pull out the holy symbol that I like never fucking look at. Never. Ever look at. I don't know how to fucking... Hi, it's Kesra. Oh, shit. I don't fucking know how this works. I don't know how this works. God damn it. I don't want to know how this works. Fuck. I'm just gonna sit for about 2 minutes looking at it. Not gonna try and do anything. I'm just looking at it. You know what? Fuck you. Shit. Can I please have my horse back? Can I have my horse back, please? Can I have my horse back? Can I, please? I need to do the things. Shit. Paylor, can I please have my horse back? I don't know how this works. Okay, I don't know how this works. Can I please have, can Red be here and not over there? I don't know how this works. Shit. I'm just gonna sit for a little while, trying to think of how the shit to do this. Please go on with your day. Gonna sit for a little bit and think about how the shit to do this.
Kesra,
Yeah.
I love you. We move on to the other 7. Which requires a music change. How many of these NPCs am I playing right now? 4? Thanks. Great, guys. Awesome. Annalena sits quietly next to Evan, watching intently. Apollo, looking between Apollo, Areo, and Alexander, occasionally sending furtive, confused glances to Leona. Areo is also quiet. Apollo sits next to you, Alexander. And you see, as you look at him, he seems to have aged several years in the last few hours. You've never seen the man who is so much like your mother, so full of light and healing, and really embodies what Paylor stands for. And it's a dark place. And it's almost troublesome to you. And Benny, apparently.
Yes, she's very concerned. I'm going to just once we have the drinks. Do you want to talk about it at all? I mean, she just...
It's not
This
her,
is very
right?
unusual.
It's not her, right? It's not her. It can't be her. We buried Celestia. Vanderborn Delaney.
Well, I didn't detect any necromancy, but that can be defended against. There's ways you can mask it. I mean, the last time I saw her was so long ago.
It's a trick, isn't it?
I feel like we should be careful of that, considering what we know about other places.
What?
There's definitely been a lot of impersonation going on in the Imperial Court. So I definitely would not put it past our enemy to try something, but I would have spoken up, but I find Theo capable man and rather not overstep my bounds.
What if it's her and she just doesn't love me anymore? Don't
I-
answer that.
All right.
Well, what are you all going to do now?
Well, I think the king invited us to a ball in the next few days, although I don't know if that's still happening. What with what we just saw. Kestra? Or not Kestra. Goodness. Leona.
I'm gonna
Do
tell
you
her that
and-
you said my name. Sorry, what was your question?
Do you and His Majesty have any plans for what to do? I am back here for the moment, but I'd love to help you with anything you need, but
Well, I'm not really sure where we're going, and I'll glance towards Eldon, and I'll just glance around the table. But I mean, you're more than welcome to join us wherever we end up going. I'll glance to Areo. I'm not sure if we'll be going in the same direction, but you're more than welcome to join us.
I would be happy to. I would be. It's been a little bit dreary in Wolf Crest as of late.
Well, I promise you, traveling with Kestra and I is anything but dreary.
Don't I know it? And you, Mr. Vale, what of your disposition? Will you continue on with His Majesty?
My job. And you'll notice Eldon has been pounding drinks.
Mm.
Pounding them. Just
Should,
one after the other.
is he okay?
Yes, Eldon will continue on with me. We have work to do for the Imperial Army. Staging a coup against the imposter will require a lot of work.
Indeed.
Evan, Annalena kind of squeezes your hand.
I am mid-drink at this point. So, a lot of dead people coming back.
You would know.
Yeah, I deserved that. I don't know, this is weird.
Areo actually speaks up now, for the first time. This is not the first case of a returning fiancé that we have seen lately. Iris Winters, she and I were engaged briefly a time ago. And she found us on the road. Apparently not the Iris Winters that I knew. She had been disguised since before I met her. Apollo, if it makes you feel any better, I know something of what you're going through. And I'm sorry for it. Apollo nods. Downs the rest of his drink. Kesra,
That's me.
what are you doing?
Well, after that last outburst, I sit in stubborn silence for at least 15 minutes because, like most unruly children, I know what I'm supposed to do, but by God, I really don't want to do it. So I'm just sitting here. I'm not doing it. And then I start thinking about other things I could be doing. Like going to the tavern with all the other people. And then I remember the hot topic of the day. It's saying, nope, I'm good. Nope, I'd much rather be sitting by myself amongst these really trees. And much rather be with the trees than talking about that and seeing all the pass. So that's another like 10 minutes. And then I go back to about 5 more minutes of sulking because I don't want to. I just don't want to. God damn, I just want my horse back. Is that so hard? Apparently it's magic. I don't know. It's just snap and then horse. But that's not how it works for me. So I'm just stewing. Stewing for a little bit out of sheer spite. And then I get bored. So I like straighten up. Grab my holy symbol. Just kind of look at it for a second. I don't know how to fucking do this. I keep almost saying shitlord and hey guy, and those probably aren't great ways to ask for my horse. Gonna hold it. Close my eyes. Feel like a stupid idiot. Feel like a stupid idiot for a little longer. Look at it. Close my eyes again. I don't... Paylor. Fuck, this is stupid. Okay. Paylor. I need to do the things that apparently I am born to do. I can't do that without my horse. My weird angel horse. So, I'm going to sit here holding this thingy that was slipped on me by somebody months ago. Thinking about how much I want my weird angel horse. As long as I need to get my weird angel horse. Please. Please. Scoop. Adjust the butt. I'm going to hold the holy symbol. I'm going to sit. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to think real long, real hard about how much I actually need that stupid pain-talking horse. I gotta get the stupid pieces of goddamn Veldahar. Somehow use a hat to defeat the ultimate forces of evil. Sure. It's fine. That's just how, sure. And I'm gonna sit there and think about it. I'm gonna try really hard not to fall asleep. Because it's nice and quiet. But I am. I'm gonna sit there holding the fancy thingamajig that came from somewhere. And I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna think about the fact that I need red. And why I need red. And asking for Paylor to help me get my horse back.
You grow frustrated every second that you are out here. Your frustration is only waxed by almost resignation as the minutes tick by. You've seen Leona cast spells. You've seen Oreo cast paladin spells. You've probably seen Oreo summon his steed.
Sure.
You remember that talk that Marshall gave you.
Yes.
And you remember the very first time that you heard Red speak in your head.
Yes.
You remember your horse entering Alexander's home and removing the integrity of his floorboards.
There's a horse loose in the house, you guys. It's not my fault. I didn't do it.
You think about the first time that Red called you out on your bullshit.
It was rude.
And you start to think, this is just not gonna happen. Maybe he's busy. Maybe he has other things to do than listen to you. Because what have you done? Except burn a sentry down.
Whoops. Ain't done shit.
You take a deep breath in. You stand up and get ready to leave. And you turn around. And there she is. You have no idea how long she's been there.
How long have you been there?
She looks at her watch. I'm just kidding, it's a horse. You see before you, I should describe this. You see before you your steed, Red. Would you describe Red for us?
Sure. Red is a little on the short side, but very beefy. And Red is a very, very bright red, like blood bay, with on the forehead has a nice little 8-point star. Right between the eyes. That goes down farther than it goes across. And somehow a very annoyed look on her face.
Perpetually.
That's just the default face.
I've been here for like 20 minutes. I was like waiting for you to open your eyes or like look, but I thought it was funny, so I just stood here.
Should have left you there. Shit.
Wouldn't have had to listen to you bitch and moan.
That's true. Well, then I fucked us both over. Come on, there's a stable over here somewhere.
Great, another stable, my favorite.
Well, I certainly don't have shit to feed you. So, and I probably would get in
Right.
trouble for letting you wander the orchard.
Red, like, nudges her way into your bag and starts tearing off your bag.
No, God, I don't. No, stop. I'm like bop her on the nose and. Yeah, no, tastes like shit. Yeah, let's go get you some actual fucking food. Should have left you in the fucking demon city. Let's go.
I feel like you have donuts in there.
Why would I have donuts in here?
I don't know. I thought I heard Leona talking about them.
They would be in her bag then, not mine.
Bitch. I'm just kidding. Red doesn't say bitch. That's Camille. You lead Red to the stable. Mark off a second level spell slot, please.
Okay. Bloop.
Where do you go?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I take Red to the stables. I talk to the stable master about, how long it would take to, how much it would cost to rent a stall and, who's paying for it, and I tell him to put it on the, on Ray's tab, as all
Of course you
things.
do.
Because, Courage is going to be in there eventually, so.
Courage is
Okay.
already there.
Exactly, just put it on his tab. We arrived together. It's fine. Trust me. And, yep, I put it on Ray's tab. Take Red over to her stall, and I start brushing her down with whatever brushes over there. And through brainwords, I'm going to tell her, so now that whatever we've been doing, just kind of aimlessly wandering around over at it, we gotta start getting those things that you told me about.
What things?
The who's he what's it pieces.
I don't know what that is.
The venomina.
That's also not a thing.
It could be. You just don't know.
Do you want to bet?
No, you're an angel horse that talks to you. No, I don't want to bet. The Veldahar. Gotta start
Good
getting
job. You
pieces.
said it.
Huh. Yeah. I'm gonna flicker on the butt.
I can kick your face in. I just want to let you know that.
You can, however, please don't.
Well, don't flick my fucking face.
Don't disturb it. It's. We gotta start getting the Veldahar pieces. Do you still
Cool.
remember where all the little doodads are?
I don't know where they are. Well, I do, but not exactly.
I mean, that's better than not at all, which is where we are. So.
I know where
take
Quanmal
it.
put them,
Oh. Okay.
but I don't know where they have all ended up.
Okay.
Some are not on this plane.
Do we need all of them?
Yes.
Shit. Okay.
But there's only 5.
Only
And-
5.
Actually, Prince has one.
Oh, that's right. Fancy Pants does have one. That's right. Should probably keep that for a while.
Yeah, he seems to be using it.
Yeah. I'll just mention it that at some point we're gonna have to borrow it. I can give it back after, I think. Probably.
You can.
Okay, good. Thank you. I don't know shit about shit.
You know, there's this thing called questions, and you generally ask them of people
but
who
then
know
you-
things, or
but then you
horses, whatever.
Yeah, but then you get answers. And, not particularly a fan of those.
I hadn't noticed.
Yeah. I'm not that complicated of a person. Okay, so it's just 4. 4's less than 5.
That's also how numbers work. Yeah, congratulations.
Yep. God, I should have left doing that. Fucking, it's fine.
I should have left you in that forest.
Yeah, probably.
Here we are.
'Cause here we fucking are. Does this still like itch real bad? I'm gonna like scratch one of the shoulder blades. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Okay. Okay. Alright, well. At some point, you have to pick one. Go after one.
All
Do
right.
you have any preferences?
Yeah.
Great. That's very specific. Appreciate it. Okay.
I mean, I could tell you where Quan Malmasier put them.
Yeah. I mean, we'll probably have to start there, regardless. Unless something else shows up. Saying, bing, bling, bling, hey, this is a piece of the Veldahar. It's not usually how those things work out, though.
Also, you have to find the crown. Like, the actual thing that they go on.
Yeah, I was told by a fairly reliable source that it was it buried with, Good King, what's his nuts?
I don't know. I wasn't there when he died.
Okay. Well, allegedly, it's buried with him. DM. Did I hear that did I hear the thing that the guards that we rescued were allegedly a part of? Do I know of that, or is that strictly out of character?
That was out of character.
Okay. Double checking.
Nice.
Okay. Well. Great. And I'm just gonna keep brushing her down until she's done.
Okay. Back at the tavern.
Is the mood still sad and down?
Yes.
Is there a stage?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to excuse myself from the table and get my ocarina out. I'm going to try to make people less sad because
All right.
I don't know what else to do.
Let's hear it.
I don't know how loud this is going to be, by the way.
Play it and I'll tell you.
So it sounds really loud to me.
It's fine.
Okay.
Just play it.
She'll play more.
Sure, yeah.
But
If you don't want
that's
to
all
play, if you don't want to play more, you have to make a performance check.
Okay, I'll make a performance check. Oh, this is not my performing bard. 21.
It's pretty good. You feel a little nervous given the circumstances, but do you return to the table afterwards, or do you stay up and check the mood first?
Yeah, check the mood.
Make an insight check.
I don't see anything. It seems great.
Seems great.
9.
Seems fine.
I mean, if it seems fun, I'm gonna go sit down.
What's your passive insight?
Not that low. My passive insight's 17.
Okay, yeah. Sure. It seems fine. It seems like a little bit lighter. Yeah. Apollo's still kind of in a funk, but you see that Ray was actually giving him a bit of a chat. Eldon's drunk as a skunk. Anna and Evan what are y'all doing?
Evan's also just a bit more intoxicated than he probably should be. which I've decided right now makes him giggly.
Annalena is strictly not drinking.
Hey, that was really good.
Oh, thank you. Do you want to try?
No, you don't want that.
Okay.
That's impressive, though.
Well,
Alexander?
if you-
Sorry, didn't
yeah.
mean to interrupt. Go ahead, Mindy. Okay. Fine. Be that way. Alexander, what would you be doing?
I would definitely be kind of floating in and out of conversations with everybody. Definitely also kind of going along with Leona, trying to lighten the mood a little bit. But definitely also kind of just commiserating some, not trying to force the mood, you know?
Yeah.
Probably talk with Mira some. Yeah.
Mira, you notice, has grown a bit more stoic since you last saw her, a little bit more somber in these times. It's almost as if two sides of her personality are warring with each other. The kind of almost bratty younger sister that you knew her as. Oh, maybe she's older than you.
No, she's younger.
Yeah. See, I gotta trust my gut. Sometimes somewhere between the bratty younger sister who wants to, like, fuck with you, but also this trained monk of Paylor,
Okay.
who has a code, essentially.
Right.
So you get a sense that those two pieces are kind of in conflict, essentially, in this time.
Okay.
And so she kind of bounces back between the two of them.
If that's the case, then definitely whenever I'm definitely then kind of riling her up, probably, because it's been a long time since I've seen her.
Yeah.
Because she left. I think she left for the monastery like either while I was at the Crystalline Academy or like right before. So
Yeah, you notice that she's throwing back drinks and there is zero effect. She just doesn't seem to face her. Fucking
quite the
monks.
tolerance. It's quite the tolerance you've gathered there.
Yeah, well, we do a lot of drinking when we're bored.
You get bored often.
In a monastery? Are you kidding me?
Thought you were supposed to be doing prayers and stuff there. What?
You think I just pray all day? That gets boring and people doesn't want to hear that shit.
Well, what does he want to hear?
I don't know, that I've punched an undead zombie or something, you know?
Interesting. You're definitely looking a little more built than the last time I saw you. You were quite the waif of a girl when I left.
I could still take you.
Yes, well. Then maybe.
Maybe. Come on. Show me your biceps. Let me see. Let's see the guns. Bring them out.
No.
That's
no.
what I thought. That's what I thought.
Fair. But you know, I'm still your older brother.
Mm-hmm.
Which means I can still do this. And I'll go to do like the little, like, you've got something on your shirt thing. But then I assume she's not going to kind of fall for it. So I'll just press to digitate like a little like flick on her nose.
Oh, you mother... And she decks your shoulder. You're going to take a point of bludgeoning damage for that.
Okay.
You can tell, though, at the very last second, it was like she pulled back. It still hurts, but you realize she could probably knock you out
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
a couple of rounds.
Ah. Really necessary?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what about this girl?
Which girl?
The one who's not here?
Who, Kestra?
Yeah.
She's very fun.
Ew. You know, I changed my mind. I don't want to hear about this. That's disgusting. I'm gonna vomit. This is... Okay.
Well, I mean, ask about a man's love life. And you, as
I
their
wanted to
young
know how
beau?
you feel about her, not what your...
I didn't. I mean, that's how I feel about her. She's very fun. She's a lot of good. She's fun to be around. She's well.
Everything you're not. Hey, you see what I did there? You see what I did there? No, but really. Sorry, keep going.
I mean, to some extent, yes. This is very true. You have a young man in your life.
No. I'm not a
Hmm.
particularly fond. If you catch my drift.
Ah. Fair.
I like
You have a young.
girls.
I'm sorry. It's been a while. I didn't know.
Well, now you know.
So do you have a young lady in your life?
Maybe.
I see. Is she one of the people at the monastery?
No. She's a farmer's daughter.
Oh my.
Mm-hmm. Has no idea what I'm capable of, but she thinks I'm funny, so.
I mean, you are funny.
Yeah, well, you know.
Funny looking, but.
I was about to say, fuck you.
It's good to see you again, Mira.
Yeah, you too. What's that town you were sequestering yourself away in? Beth's Chapel?
Yes. Lovely place. Quite boring.
You sound almost proud of it.
Well, I mean, you know, after the debacle at the academy, I
That's
thought
fair.
it best to keep my head low.
Fair, fair. Well! That's all I got. I think maybe love lives are not really a great conversation right now. Hey, Apollo?
Probably
Believe it
the
or
best.
not, you catch your brother's face and he is smirking. He just shakes his head. Fools. But for the first time, you do see a smile on his face.
That's good.
Kesra, after you finish Brimming Red, what are you gonna do?
It's been how long?
45 minutes to an hour?
It's not as long as I thought. Giving myself like 2-hour buffer time kind of thing. It's prepared to have to like take some laps or something. I would like to go drink, but I also don't want to go talk about dead fiancés coming back to life. So I don't fucking know. I guess I'm just gonna wander around the castle. Just kind of walk around.
Roll a
See what I
d20.
can see. Aye aye. 17. Oh no. That's a good smile. Huh.
Wandering around the castle is something that you feel proficient at. Kind of blending in. In fact, it's one of your pretty most highest of skills is looking normal, average, unremarkable, one might say.
Just got like just a little bit of slouch. A little bit of an amble. Not looking at anything for too long, but
You find yourself in a den of sorts. What drew you to this room was a very ornate golden cart. And this cart, on top of it, looks like a very expensive bottle of whiskey. Probably dwarven crafted. Peer in. Doesn't seem to be anybody there. Close the door behind you. Pop it open. Pour yourself a nice glass. Wander around, look for a nice place to sit. Prop your feet up. Don't mind if I do. You take a seat. Sip. And a seat. Both. What's your passive perception?
Not that great. 15.
That's pretty great, actually.
Okay.
You start to hear voices. Not like Red talking to you in your head. You actually physically hear them this time.
Okay, good. All right. Thanks for the clarification.
And you look over to where the source of this is coming from, and you see that one of the bookshelves in this den is, instead of flat against the wall, it is cracked open. From within it, you begin to, as it's like whenever you're listening to a song and you don't know the song, or you don't think you know the song, and then you recognize the song and you start to hear it better.
Uh-huh.
You recognize King Theo's voice. And he is explaining how the last that he saw her, he buried her in the family monastery. Or in the family mausoleum, in Words Are Hard. Right next to the rest of the Delaney's. How you hear a brief recounting of how he took down the leader of what essentially was the incursion of Azmorin. How the Empire blockaded them, would not let anybody in or out, and how he never wanted this war, but the people of Azmorin became a very unruly people when it came to the Empire. They began to spit on Crown's guards, they began to start fights with Crown guards, they began to rebel on their own without his prompting, without even despite his insistence for peace. And you hear Celestia on the other side, occasionally making snide remark or whatnot. And then at some point, you hear the words from her. Well, why didn't you just give it to them? Why didn't you just give them the blueprints? Celestia, what are you talking about? Our mother died for those. She was willing to die rather than let those blueprints fall in the hands of the Empire, of the corruption. Do you know how many lives would have been spared? Do you know? We are not our parents, and we don't have to live by their rules anymore. I don't know about you, but I loved our mother, and our father, and you, and the rest of our siblings that were slain, which you still have not answered. There's a small silence. Fine. I'll tell you. I woke up last year. Right when winter began, this past winter. In a cold dungeon in the White Cliffs. apparently, I don't know how it happened exactly, but there's a hag, a coven of hags near Wolfcrest. Apparently they came across my body. Don't know how. Some sort of underground trade situation. Is disgusting. And she resurrected me. They resurrected me. Fucking hags. They're the worst kind of creature imaginable. I was very tired when I awoke. I'd been dead for, I don't know, 15 years. And when I remembered what had happened to me, I asked her to kill me again. Look, I didn't ask for this. And you didn't ask for the throne. But, Thea, we have been a part of the Empire for hundreds and hundreds of years for a reason. You do not know what they are capable of. They will destroy you, and me, and everyone that you and I have ever loved. And everyone they have ever loved. We need to make peace. We need to surrender. We need to surrender the blueprints to the guns. All of them. Including Hellsbane. There's a long silence. I won't. I will not do it, Celestia. Surrender is one thing. But I have it on good authority. Whose authority? Who? Are you talking about the prince? That man is just a power-hungry... You know how he slept his way to the top of the military, don't you? No one gets promoted to a brigadier general before they're 30. Are you serious? He's half your age. You really trust him? If you say yes, you are a bigger fool than I thought you were. I have it on good authority that the Empire is corrupt at the very top, if you catch what I'm saying. What do you mean, like the Empress herself? Yes. By who? Do you keep listening?
See, I'm a roll for it because
Okay.
I personally am a nosy bitch. However, Kestra
Let your inner Leona lead you.
However, Kestra is not a nosy bitch. She is quite the opposite.
But before you roll, there's one more thing that you hear. Celestia, do you know who those two girls are? The half-elves. No, should I? Yeah, you should. The youngest is an oracle. Andromeda tells me the most powerful oracle she's ever heard of. Am I older? Well, never mind her. But they are both Xanalor Silvarian's daughters. You're telling me that Andromeda Skyseeker, the Empire's seer, would... Well, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, she's the one who had the prophecy about the heir to the Veldahar. Yeah. I think that those girls might have something to do with it. Here's the plan, Celestia. You never wanted to rule. All you ever wanted to do is marry Apollo and run away. Far away. Here's what I'm proposing. You do that. Find Apollo. Apologize for your boorish behavior earlier. If you are truly who you say you are, then there is one thing I know about you, and it is that you love Apollo Lightbringer with your whole heart. Now, what has been said in this room stays in this room on both sides. You and Apollo leave. After the ball, I will throw in your honor in 2 days' time. I think you're making a terrible mistake. Well, that's for me to make now, isn't it?
I'm gonna peace out, like, right now. I'm taking the glass.
Okay.
But I'm like, get out of that chair real slowly.
Make a stealth check.
It's good. It's fine. I don't have any thingies, so whatever this is what this is. Oh, but I'm in armor, so that's a disadvantage. Bye. Ten.
Okay.
Please let them be very distracted by their very emotional conversation as I attempt to not squeak my way out of this really nice room.
As you pull out of the chair, you feel the edge of your gauntlet on your shoulder, or your elbow right here, catch one of the buttons on the chair and rips it off. Clink, 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 clink. You freeze. Nothing. Skedaddle the fuck out of there.
Deuces! Fucking out!
And that is where we're going to take a short break.
Shit.
Be right back!
Oh baby, I love your madness. It's so incredibly beautiful.
Welcome to our Patreon. Here on Open for Adventure, we are making high quality Dungeons and Dragons content, folks. We have a great big world to share with you, and by becoming a patron, you can help us explore and expand upon this adventure. With your support, we can invest in more amazing artwork, better mics, fancy cameras, and overall stream quality. Not to mention, help us get some amazing new merch that we can use for giveaways. What do you get by becoming a patron? I'm so glad you asked. Let's take a look at the different levels and give you a sneak peek at what you can get at each tier. Did you know that the family of the First Lord Theo, the leader of the rebellion against the Empire, actually invented firearms nearly 25 years prior to the current campaign? The designs for this high-tech weapon are the Delaney family's best-kept secret. Also, they were originally invented by the late First Lady Victoria, Theo's mother. Access to lore leaks like this is what you can expect from the first tier, written in blog-style posts after each weekly session. Ever wondered what goes on off camera? The next 3 tiers give you exactly that. With Stolen Moments, you can get access to text-based roleplay moments, highlighting experiences that don't make it onto the stream, like Leona's training session with Ray and Asmara. Stolen Moments Plus gives you access to roleplay moments featuring our guests, non-player characters, and historical figures, featuring the likes of Marshall, Annalena, and even the Empress herself. And Roleplay Addiction takes us to a whole other level. This tier gives you exclusive 30-minute videos of canon interactions not otherwise seen on stream, like late-night drunken interactions between paladins or tender moments featuring your favorite character ships. The Insider Scoop is where things start to get serious. This gives you access to private live streams of me doing plot, setting, and encounter planning for the entire Open for Adventure universe, including the offline game that I run in the same realm. This might be me setting up for a big battle, or maybe coming up with some new non-player characters. Here's where you can interact with me directly and possibly influence not only the upcoming streams, but the entire setting as well. The Warm Fuzzies is super simple. It's everything I've listed so far, and also you get your name on stream after our weekly regular sessions. Every session. And our undying love. Hence the Warm Fuzzies. And finally, the most epic of all Patreon tiers. Drum roll, please. The Lore Master. This ultimate and final tier gets you first look access at all of the content going into our upcoming, official, Open for Adventure campaign setting. Lore, maps, monsters, items, dungeons, dragons. So, go ahead, have a look around, make yourself at home, and consider becoming a patron to help us make this fantasy world a little bit closer to reality.
Oh, baby, I love your madness. It's so incredibly beautiful. Oh, you shine like gold, so selfless to all, and wild like an animal. Some would say I'm insane in the right in a way, but I just love to play and you're fun and your games. Always hungry for more, that's just how I was born. Take me somewhere I don't know and give me your freedom. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium, life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. to play in your fun and your games. Always hungry for more, that's just how I was born. Take me somewhere I don't know and give me your freedom. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium, life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. Give me your freedom. Whoa, yeah, to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium, life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. Oh baby, I love your madness. It's so incredibly beautiful. Oh, you shine like gold, so selfless to all, and wild like an animal. Some would say I'm insane in the right in a way, but I just love to play in your fun and your games. Always hungry for more, that's just how I was born. Take me somewhere I don't know and give me your freedom. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium, life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your
Hello! Welcome back to the stream. We are open for adventure, and this is the 51st episode of Fates Chosen. Now, last we left off, Kesra was overhearing a conversation between the Delaney siblings and promptly skedaddled. Where would you like to go?
Away.
Mhm.
I'm gonna pick a direction that is not here, and I'm just gonna mosey quickly in that direction. Not like I'm like running away from anything or anything like that. That would be suspicious.
No, of
No.
course not.
I'm just like, this is an interesting place to look at, but I also have things to do later, so I'm just gonna, power walk. It's like you got half an hour to go through a museum, Like you really want to be there, but you gotta leave for like a certain time, so you're just like, oh, this is nice. Yes, sipping on this expensive alcohol that I hope no one notices is from the royal thing. It's fine. Sipping. I'm just meandering until I find some place that looks like safe to.
Is there anything that the tavern group would like to accomplish before you begin to go your separate ways?
I want to, at one point, just kind of scoot whatever over to Leona. Hey, so I saw what happened at breakfast this morning with the lady and the blood, and that seems to be a thing with her, but I'm not going to question that right now. And like
Wait,
the visions
Oh,
and
Oh.
yeah.
yes.
Does that like happen a lot?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure how often it happens for her. What exactly do you mean? The visions in general?
The
Or-
visions in general, like the big sweeping predictions of doom, the blood.
I mean, it doesn't always have to be a prediction of doom necessarily.
Huh.
Are you talking? What?
No, she just she reminds me, you and her, she remind me a little bit of there's this guy I know back from the woods. It helped bring me back, train me a little
Oh.
bit. And
Does
honestly,
he have visions?
he doesn't have visions, but like he's good at stuff. Um, I don't know. Is that how all like mentor people relationships work? I'm so new to this.
I'm a little new too. I guess I would imagine that they can all be different, but
But like, do they all come with the big sweeping predictions of doom? I guess that's my
I
question.
mean, so it I personally, I think it is a matter of perspective. So, for example, there have been visions where we were able to, because of the vision, intercede. So it maybe looked like doom and gloom before, but because, at least for me, at least when I was able to see things, we were able to do something about it so that it was less doom and gloom. So I think visions of doom and gloom are just an opportunity to prevent the doom and gloom. But it just
Shit.
depends on how you look at them.
Yeah, that you make a good point. I don't know. There's been a lot of those recently, the doom and the gloom, the visions and all of that.
What doom and
And-
gloom visions have you gotten? Did you get
Oh,
visions too?
It's been weird. I don't not usually. I went to a temple, met a couple of cool people, bathed in blood. It was a whole thing.
Oh,
Yeah, no, it was it was weird.
okay.
But like I wanted to talk to you about them because at least based off what I was getting at breakfast, that seems to be something that you're fairly knowledgeable about. And I just
Sure.
kind of thought, honestly, that a vision of doom and gloom would be a good justification to just go on about with my life and ignore it and keep just doing things the way I've always been doing them. And I feel like that's not right anymore.
I feel like that's maybe something Kesra would say. Which is fine for some people. What what did you see? If you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, I went to town and visited the temple to Raven Queen. We talked for a little bit. She's wild.
The Raven Queen.
Yeah, it was a whole
Oh.
thing. It was a whole thing. You had to almost drown. There was a person with a notepad and a pseudo dragon thing, and a woman with tattoos, and a big mask in the dark, and something about your time has not yet come. You have a greater destiny to fulfill. And I'm like, I don't know how to do this anything. And she said, like, don't worry about it. That's why you came back to learn.
Okay. So I guess it's time to learn. Right?
I guess. I don't know.
I mean, you
What
brought
am I
back for a
doing?
reason. I don't know what that reason is, but and you may not either, but
Bits and pieces.
bits and pieces are important parts. Every puzzle has a lot of little pieces that seem disconnected until you put them in the right place. Maybe you just have to put the pieces together. Maybe you have to find some pieces. Sometimes they get lost.
You're very smart. You're very smart and you're good at playing the flute. And these are two things I know about you. I'm drunk.
I am not drunk, but I appreciate your kind words.
Shit, I gotta go back. Hey, thanks for this. This was very
Yeah.
helpful. And I feel it needs to be said one more time. You're very good at playing the flute. Like,
Oh.
keep doing that.
Oh, thank you.
That's
I will.
good
Thank,
stuff.
Thank you.
Okay.
Evan,
Yeah.
something that I like to tell myself and anybody who will listen is that if it's not good, it's not finished. That you just have to keep going. Everything will work out. Maybe not immediately, but it will. Maybe not the way you expect it to either, but that's kind of the fun of life.
Yeah, I guess so. Nothing in nature blooms quite the same way as another. Every path is different.
But no less special.
Thank you. And I go to kind of pat you on the shoulder, and I miss wildly.
That's okay,
But,
I'll
like,
give
the
you
thought
a
is there.
hug. It'll be a short hug.
It's a good hug.
While this is happening, you see that the twins are sitting next to each other. Lena has her head on Oreo's shoulder, and they seem to be talking, but it doesn't none of you hear any words per se. Meanwhile, Mira is attempting to cheer up Apollo by showing him sleight of hand tricks that are not particularly good. And it's working.
Hey, Lena,
Yes?
do you want to go for a walk?
Yes. Come on, let's get you sobered up.
And I grab her hand.
Well, if anyone needs us, we'll be far away from here. Come on, Evan, let's go.
Okay.
Good luck finding those puzzle pieces.
Thank you.
I'm not going to ask about that, but sure. Okay, let's go. Two of you exit the tavern. A brisk wind kind of blows across your face, jostling your hair a little bit. It's a little chilly, but it's not too bad.
With
So-
my. Oh, you go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. So I've been thinking a lot over the last day, and that's
Dangerous?
yeah. And I have come to two conclusions. And the first one is that I don't like not being with you.
I don't
That's
like
scary.
that. Sorry, go on.
It's just it's scary, and you don't know what's gonna happen, and sometimes when I'm not with you, I found myself on at least one occasion bathing in blood, and that's not fun, both in the metaphorical and literal sense. And the other conclusion is that I have to leave.
I know.
And I don't like it. Those two don't work together. Those, if I can steal from what Leona said earlier, those are two pieces that do not fit together.
They do not.
And that kind of got me thinking a little bit more. Not a new thought, but like a thought I'd had. What if those pieces go together? They just need one more thing between them to make them fit.
Like what?
I don't want to leave you. I don't ever want to leave you. But if I do have to go far away, or even near away, or middle distance away. However away I go, it would help a lot to know that you're always with me in just a little bit. And I bet it would probably help you to feel the same.
What do you mean?
Not right now. I've had too much to drink for right now, but maybe sometime soon. What if fuck, I'm bad at this. What if
Evan, what are you trying to say?
okay, I just root around in my pockets and my belt pouches and clapping every single part until I finally. It's not much. You grew up with a lot of fancy things. I know. I could see my reflection in a lot of them. And this is a lot smaller than most of them. But do you want to get married sometime? And I hold up a little ring. It's not very fancy. It's a gold band with a couple of smaller stones in it.
Do I want to get married sometime?
It's a long shot, I get it.
Evan Harper! It's about fucking time! Of course!
Wait, really?
If you didn't ask me before you left, I was going to ask you because I'm fucking sick and tired of waiting for you
I'm not good at picking up signals.
to get it through your thick head that I love you more than I have ever loved anyone in my entire life. Even my brother. And he is my other half. But you are my love, and of course I'll marry you. Whenever you want. Right now if you want. Tomorrow if you want. In 10 years if you want.
I want to remember it. Let's maybe tomorrow or
Maybe
another day.
tomorrow.
Maybe like not right now.
You are the most ridiculous person I've ever met in my entire life.
I hope you're okay to be stuck with that, because yeah, what you see is what you get.
You really mean it? You really want to marry me? Even after everything that's happened? Even after Roman? After...
Very much, yeah. Like a lot. I had this made earlier. I snuck out for just a little bit. And I picked out the stones myself. And after finding you, I knew I could not possibly bear to be without you again. Even in just a little way.
Okay. Yeah. You've always had a way with words, Evan. Yes.
Thank you. And I bow very, very deeply.
She picks you up and takes your face in her hands and kisses you. Just a bit, because you're very drunk.
Yeah.
Come on, you, I think a nap is in order. Let's go. Come on.
That sounds very nice.
Oh,
Will
wait.
you also be there?
Yes, I will.
Okay, good.
She takes your hand, and you can feel that she has slipped the ring on her left finger. She grasps your right hand with it. And two of you walk back to the castle. The rest of you. What doing?
How drunk is Eldon getting?
Pretty toasty.
Oh no.
So as I think after Evan and Annalena leave, I mean, I guess is it easy to see that Eldon is just getting rip shit drunk?
I'm not hiding it, but I'm not talking a lot.
Okay.
Actually, you would notice, and I would say with my 21 passive, I would have been listening to that entire conversation between Leona and Evan about the visions, and I've just been kind of staring at Leona quietly.
Eldon,
Yep,
is everything all right?
everything's great.
I don't
Everything
believe
is-
that.
It's just the best it's ever been.
What happened with Andromeda?
Oh, that. Oh. Some weird shit's never happened to me before, and I don't know if I liked it.
Welcome to the realm of weird shit happening to you. Do you want to talk about it privately, or?
Maybe not right now,
All right.
but yes.
All right. Take it easy, Staff Sergeant.
I want Leona there too.
Okay. If you will all excuse us.
By all means.
Ray will take Leona and you, Eldon. Finds a back far corner. What's going on?
I heard you talking to Evan, Leona. I heard you talking about visions of doom and gloom.
I mean, that was his word choice, but yes, visions.
What? Are they always the same?
No. In fact, all of the ones I've had, which, to be fair, hasn't been a very, very many, have all been fairly different, I'd say.
See if I can remember this. Okay, so there were two men. I couldn't see their faces.
Did you have a vision, Eldon? Is that what you're saying right now?
Yes, I had a vision. Andromeda, she grabbed my hand and everything blacked out.
Wait. Are you sure you had a vision? Are you sure that she didn't somehow share her vision with you?
I know what I saw. That's all I know.
What did you see?
I saw two men. I couldn't see their faces. I don't know who they were. They were playing chess. And there was some other person kind of directing them, kind of helping them make their moves.
Okay.
And then that all kind of melted away, and there was a tree. There was
Like a...
a
Okay.
tree, a real big tree, and then it split. There was, and then that the one that was directing everything came out of the tree, and birds started dying. Like there were birds everywhere.
What kind of birds?
I think it was a wren.
Wren.
There was a rowboat.
A rowboat. DM, does any of this, can I make sense of any, like, are any of these pieces, maybe not all woven together, but are any independent pieces sounding...
Why don't you
Like-
roll a religion check?
sometimes you log out of things on accident. That'll be 25.
Okay. So, what Eldon has told you so far, he talked about the two people playing chess. You can imagine that that represents two players of any sort. It could be cosmic, it could be local, it might represent the current war, it might represent a war, it might represent the game of politics.
Okay. He told me about the birds and the rowboat and the tree.
Eldon, roll an intelligence check to see if you can remember this any more specifics.
9. I'm drunk.
Yeah.
Skunk is a skunk. Maybe
Birds
another one.
dying generally means, from what you know from that ridiculously high check, it could be it could symbolize a mass death, a massacre. It could symbolize a group of people who are dying, who have died or will die. Wrens can symbolize a lot of things. With that check, I will say you do remember that there was a name that Andromeda Skyseeker asked you to call her whenever she was in hiding. And it was Wren. You also know that wrens typically represent they are often considered charismatic birds that are revered by tend to be known as creative, quick thinking, free spirited, etc. Always willing to share. You also remember, what else do you say?
Splitting tree, rowboat,
Uh,
and then the puppeteer,
Yeah, they were
the
playing
person that
chess
was
and-
over chess. Yeah, they were playing chess. But I think you just said that that's two players. We don't.
right.
And then the
Couldn't see their faces.
So you imagine that the symbolism of that would be somebody is, whoever this figure is that was over them is guiding, attempting to guide them. So it could be a patron, it could be a deity, but nothing's coming to mind. When you think about lightning striking the massive ash or the massive tree, you think about there's actually a spell. The first thing, it might not be related, but there's a spell called Witch Bolt, which actually deals a lot of harm. Usually associated with warlocks. That the component for it is a piece of tree that has been struck by lightning. You also know that it could symbolize, so trees in general symbolize life and growth, and different trees symbolize different things. Lightning striking the tree might be a random occurrence, it might be a freak accident, it might be a targeted attack, depending. And rowboat, you did say rowboat, right? Leona, the last thing that you think of is a boat is a vessel. And a rowboat is a small boat.
Okay. So I will kind of rehash a little, all of those little pieces that I can think of. I don't really know how they'll connect. I don't even know if I'm reading it right, but that's what it sounds like, at least based on what you said. Have you ever met her before?
Never.
Do you know of anybody you know that may have met her before?
Not that I know of. I mean, I'm sure somebody has.
Your parents, maybe?
No clue.
Okay.
No clue on that count. This is not something I'm used to. It's a lot going on with y'all. And I was comfortable just kind of being on the outside of that. And I don't feel like I'm on the outside of it anymore.
Doesn't seem to be the case anymore, no. Sorry?
It ain't your fault.
Are we certain that it has to do with Eldon and not just with her?
Like I said, it could very easily just have been a vision.
She did when we first ran into each other. She seemed to recognize me. She thought she recognized me. Does that mean anything?
I don't know, but she did mention that to me as well. And it's interesting because she was able to identify me very quickly without formal introductions.
Yeah, she knew who I was too, and I hadn't met her before. Other than just in the dungeon, I hadn't met her, but she knew who I was. But she seemed to
Did she
think I was
say-
someone else at first.
I was supposed to say, did she say your name specifically?
Or did she think,
She's
Did she?
blind, right? Isn't she, Leona?
yes? Just why I was so surprised when she was able to.
Did she say my name, DM? I don't remember if she. Okay. No, she never said my name, but she thought I was an old friend.
I mean, she's quite old.
I mean, I'm not young, but I ain't that old. I just figured y'all deal with this shit all the time. I figured y'all would just know what's going on.
I mean, we very rarely really know what's going on. We're kind of just a figure it out on the way kind of group.
That is not my style.
It is very much my style. Mostly because, well, a lot of reasons, but Elsie, if it would make you feel better, we might be able to find her later today after she's had some rest and maybe see if she can give some information. She's had many more visions than I have. I'm sure she can make more sense of what she saw than I can.
Yeah, perhaps once I've slept this off.
Maybe some rest for everybody would be good.
Yeah, can't feel my nose. You know that trick.
Yeah, well then let's get you some rest, yeah?
That's probably a good idea.
I promise you your nose is still there.
I mean, I feel it with my hand. I just can't feel my hand with my nose.
Good. I mean, okay.
It's warm too.
Yep, time to get you some rest.
Yep.
Leona, will you send a message to Alexander? Let him know that we're heading back to the castle for the evening, putting Eldon to rest. Maybe let Kesra know too.
And where's she?
Let me see. I will
Y'all are
cast
inseparable.
message to Alexander. I read your name and I got confused. Morgan. I will send a message to Alexander. I assume we're within. Oh, but do I have to be able to see him? How does this work?
No, you don't have to be able to see him.
Oh, it's a much bigger range than I thought it was too. Hi, Alexander. It's Leona. Eldon had a bit to drink, so we're going to head on back to the castle. See you later. Bye.
Sounds good. I have a feeling we won't be far behind.
And then I will cast Sending to my dearest sister. Hi, Kestra. It's Leona. We are heading back to the castle. I'm not sure where you are. Did you have some nice alone time? Bye.
Kesra, did you respond?
A little bit. I would sit for a second, because why not? I go, yeah. Okay. I'm somewhere in the castle. See you eventually.
I think Kespra's lost.
Great.
So we might have to play a game of hide and seek.
We
I don't
can-
think she's hiding. I think she's just lost.
Marco.
She'll find a way. She has so far, hasn't she? Besides, I want to talk to you for a bit. Come on, Eldon, let's go.
All the drunken people.
Ray puts Eldon to bed.
Oh, sweet Eldon. Sleep well. I left a glass of water by your bed, okay?
Is there anything you'd like to do, Eldon?
Yep.
Oh, God. Okay.
What time is it, by the way?
Fuck it, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Shit.
Or maybe, whatever, what time would you like it to be?
Oh, I'd hoping it'd be later than that.
Okay, it's 8 o'clock at night.
Okay.
This is make-believe!
Hey, Val.
Eldon, is everything okay?
Everything is great. How are you?
Tired.
Yeah, me too.
Are you drunk? Your accent gets thick when you're drunk.
Yeah, it's... I had a few.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
I'm in my bunk. You gonna ask me what I'm wearing next?
Sure, what are you wearing?
No, God, Eldon.
We're gonna be here for a couple days and then I'm coming back and I'm excited for that.
Why?
Because of you.
Eldon,
Yep,
I'm your commanding officer.
I know. I'm drunk. I shouldn't have called you.
No, you shouldn't have.
I'm gonna go to sleep now.
Get some rest, Staff Sergeant.
I would activate it, but then I'd be snoring.
Oh my God. Cord, swear. Leona, Ray pulls you into the room. you doing?
I mean, I think I'm doing okay.
Yeah?
It's been a crazy. I was gonna say couple of days, but it's really been much longer than a couple of days. We've had a few like brief reprieves in the middle of the like long months, but
Ray opens the door. We hear some soft muttering. And Ray opens the door a little wider, and when he turns around to face you, he has two boxes, two ornate wooden boxes stacked on top of each other. And he sets them on the bed. Closes the door. What were you saying, love? Go on. What were you saying?
what are the boxes?
We can talk about that later. What were you saying?
How big are the boxes? Are they like me? Is there room for a small cat? Did you get me a kitten? Did you get me a kitten?
Love, I did not get you a kitten. Please do not get your hopes up about that.
Is it a puppy?
It's not a puppy.
What about a bunny?
It's not a bunny. It's nothing alive. What were you saying? How
Is
are
it
you
a
doing?
dead puppy? Because that is not nearly as nice.
Leona! Mindy!
I'm sorry.
I don't know who to yell at right now.
Yes. What was the question?
How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. It's been a very interesting few weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm grateful that we were able to get your sister and Sanalor out. I'm not entirely sure where I'll be going next. It's hard to think that you'll be going in a different direction, though.
Only in my... Not in my heart.
I know. I know. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Like really good, or you're just saying you're good? I feel like there's different levels, and
Leona
sometimes
Silva.
that is me.
I am doing alright. I am finally going to stop running from the things that have scared me. And I am doing that because I am inspired by you and by Gasrogus.
I'm gonna tell her you said that.
Don't do it. She will mock me endlessly.
She would. She would. I'll keep it our secret. I won't tell her you said that.
You are too good to me. Speaking of talking to each other,
Mm-hmm.
I might have gotten you something.
That's not alive.
No.
No
It's not.
puppies. Okay. Do I have to close my eyes?
No. But I want you to open this
Can
top.
I close my eyes?
If you'd like, if it makes you feel better.
Okay, I'll close my eyes.
Okay, open your eyes. Open the box.
Oh, okay. I'll open the box.
You open the lid to this ornate box, and inside is a velvet cushion. Once it's atop this velvet cushion is a circlet. This circlet in particular is made of gold wire with, it swoops up and then comes down to a point, and in that point is a sapphire.
It's beautiful.
It's for you.
For me. Oh, can I put it on?
Put it on.
I'll go to put it on. My head.
Hey, actually, you know what? Let me do it.
Okay.
It's better that way. He takes it and lifts it and places it on your head. It's like, it's very light. You almost barely feel it. It fits perfectly. I want you to open the other box.
Does this one have the puppy in it?
No.
Okay. I'll open the box.
This box is a little bit larger.
Is it a whole dog? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm done.
You open the box, and in it is a crown. A king's crown. That one's not for you.
I was going to say. This one's for you. Right?
It is. When I put this on, I will be declaring myself sovereign of the Empire.
When do you put it on?
Whenever my betrothed sees fit to place it on my head. There's supposed to be a big ceremony. But officially you only need a clergy. Someone dedicated to a god.
So.
You, Leona.
Oh, me.
Yes. Do you think that I'm fit to wear it?
You ask such silly questions. I will Can I reach for the crown?
Yeah.
So I'll pick it up. So you'll have to. I'm not very tall. I'll have to
He
bend down.
he kneels down, looks up at you.
Araya Mossier, you are every bit the king that the Empire deserves. And I know you will rule with honor and grace and compassion. There is no one I know that is more deserving of this crown than you. And I will place it on his head.
As you do, you hear his voice in your head. I love you.
I try to say something back in the brain. I love you?
He smiles at you.
Does it stay turned on the whole time?
Not the whole time, you have to activate it. But you do not have to cast spells in order to send me messages, as long as you are wearing your circlet.
To make sure I pin it in my hair so I don't lose it.
Please do not lose it.
I won't, I promise.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull him up for a kiss.
You do so. Does that make you happy?
Wait a second, does this mean we're engaged?
Is that what you want? Are you asking me to marry you?
I will clumsily, because I am in a dress and I don't kneel in dresses very often, but I'm going to try to get on one knee.
He's still on his knees too, so.
Oh, perfect. I'll join him then. He can help me get down. Araya Mossier, would you do me the honor of one day, when the time is right, becoming my husband?
Leona. I am impressed
Thank you. Thank you. I'll give a little bow.
That was a very magical proposal.
I am full of magic.
You are. Far better than I would have done.
I don't know. I think you probably could have done it better. We should have a competition and see who does it best.
You're on. I accept.
The challenge or my proposal?
Both. I kiss you.
I'm kidding. Yeah. So it's gonna be a kiss. All the Macia is gonna get hitched.
No, these were not planned.
These were not planned
Not at all. Neither of them.
all.
Alexander, we will fade to black on that. Alexander,
Yes.
what would you like to do?
I mean, eventually go back to the castle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably kind of helping to. I'm probably doing less of the carrying than my little sister. But I'm probably trying to help carry my older brother back to the castle.
Yeah, he's not shit-faced. He's just
Okay. Just kind of getting them back to the castle. And I think just kind of generally being friendly with them and seeing them off, and then probably trying to see if I can't find Kesra.
What time of night are you getting back?
I don't know.
Late?
I mean, I guess we left in like it was like 8 something for Eldon, so yeah, I don't know.
All right.
9 something.
I probably managed to find my way back from whatever ass end of the castle I found myself in.
Okay.
Moseyed on back. Yeah, I'm ruminating on the day. I probably still have a little bit of the exceptionally strong alcohol in the glass. So I'm probably just sitting in the bed, just kind of looking at it, swirling it, swishing it. Yeah.
You look like you're rather deep in thought there, Kesra.
Oh, you know, normal, uneventful. Didn't learn anything at all today.
You're a terrible liar.
Only when it matters.
I guess that's good.
No. Good news. Got my
Oh,
horse back.
I'm glad to hear that. How's
Bad
Red
news.
doing?
Oh,
hmm.
you know, she's gonna stick up her ass as per usual.
Why would you put one there?
I didn't do it. She did it herself. She came, stick pre-assembled.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Maybe that's why she runs so fast.
maybe. Certainly why she stepped through your floor way back when.
Yes, I do owe that horse much.
Yeah. You know, learned that good missing princess synonym and
And yes, that was very elaborate.
the
Princess
one-
whom?
one that came back.
Oh, Celestia.
That's her name. Learned way too much.
Interesting.
Too much.
And how did you manage to do that? Kesra.
Would you believe if it was an accident?
I would.
Okay.
I would
Just good.
actually.
Yeah, because I was was kind of looking, you know,
Mhm. As you
moseying,
do. Yes.
as one does. This is why I don't go nosing around. I learned shit that I don't want to know.
Hmm.
Uh,
That's why
I
I
found
go nosing around
this.
is to learn. Oh.
yeah. There's some left. You should try. I don't know how old it is. It's almost as good as the dragon. That was real old. But here, it's from some room somewhere with a secret bookcase behind which, good King Wenceslas, Theo. he yeah, talking to missing sister Celestia. I pay attention.
I see. So you were dropping some eaves then?
No, I was honestly minding my own business, and the eaves dropped themselves.
I have not heard many
themselves.
eaves to do that, but all right.
You know, it's just they didn't close the bookshelf all the way. That is not my fault.
You could have left the room.
Well, I was gonna. I did. They might be suspicious because I might have accidentally popped. I might have ripped the chair in my effort to leave. So,
all right.
there's
Well,
that. But yeah, apparently Hags brought her back about
hags,
Weirdo.
multiple.
Hags, as in a coven of hags in the mountains, found her body, said, "Ooh, we like this body," and said, "Hey, magic, alive."
Found her body.
Found. Yeah.
She was
Apparently.
interred here in Asmarin.
I'm just the messenger. I don't analyze. I don't cross-check. This is just what I heard, my friend.
Right. Continue.
Found her, brought her back to life. She said, "Fuck you, kill me." And they said no. And so, here she is. However, she also, one, doesn't trust Ray, thinks he slept his way to the top, which is a perfectly legitimate way of getting to the top. Thank you. Thinks he slept his way to the top. Also thinks that should not have rebelled against the Empire, and that they should have given the plans for all of their high-tech, fancy schmancy boom guns to the Empire, including something called a hell something? Hell?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't either. I'm going to be really honest. The word hell was in there, though. And yeah. Theo knows that Leona's an oracle. Apparently she's the strongest oracle that's ever been seen in the whole gosh dang world. That's great. Wonderful. Marvelous. I got never minded, which is fine.
But you got mentioned.
Highlight of the whole conversation was never mind her. That was the highlight of the whole conversation. That's when I was like, time to skedaddle. Yeah, good news is Theo's pretty stuck on this here path. He told her basically in polite sibling terms to go back into the hidey hole she was hiding in.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
He did suggest to bring Apollo, so that's a plus, I guess. But
well,
there was no conceding in that conversation. Not while I was listening, which was longer than I really wanted to. Yeah.
Sounds like you've had an eventful afternoon.
Yeah, it was great.
I mostly just got beat up by my little sister and helped my older brothers get out of a deep mope.
I mean, it's a reasonable mope.
It is. A very reasonable mope.
Also, I wish I could have high-fived the sister. Mira, right, was her name?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
I see.
Saw some interesting architecture. You know.
Oh.
Yeah. Never been in a castle without like trying to like not die in it before, so that was nice.
That's a lie. You've been in Wolfcrest Manor.
I was drunk for most of that.
And you're not now.
Believe it or not, I have been sipping. Thank you. I don't want them to like, where have you been? And I can't lie for shit when I'm drunk, so.
You can't lie for shit when you're not drunk, really.
You haven't seen me try, bitch.
Oh,
So
I haven't seen you try.
I need to go to bed. That's too much alcohol. Too much thinking.
Fair.
Too much praying. No. There's gonna be a ball. 2 days.
Oh,
In
well then.
Celestia's honor. It's gonna be a really polite way to say, "Welcome back, sis. Get hitched. Here's a nice cabin in the woods for you to live in."
An interesting way to get rid of her.
Yep.
So a ball in 2 days, you say?
Apparently.
Well, I shall have to enlist Leona's help then.
For what?
Well, I know you are rather reluctant for these types of events, but I know I have heard tell that she has been able to convince you to dress up.
She offered me 60 gold to do my hair. Yeah. Blondie, if you
Interesting.
think I'm a good liar, if you think I'm a bad liar, you should see me dance.
I mean, I'm sure you're good at it. You're an amazing fighter. It's not that
does
different.
not.
It
Very.
translates
It's no.
quite well.
No.
Oh, absolutely.
No.
Just pretend
Uh-huh.
like you're trying to stay close to your partner while
Uh-huh.
also trying to avoid them.
Nope. You know what happened? Do you know what I did? Do you know what I did last time I was someplace fancy with dancing? I arm wrestled an airship captain. And won.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's what I did last time there was dancing. And then I stood in the wall, drank alcohol, and watched everybody else dance. It was marvelous. Best time I had in ages, because nobody fucking talked to me.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm afraid you've come up a bit in the world since then, Kestra.
You know, I'm feeling a little nauseous.
I'm
I
sorry.
feel like some kind of, I'm sure there's a bug going around somewhere.
Oh.
I feel a fever
Well,
coming on.
luckily I have some very skilled healers in my family.
Fuck.
You're not getting out of it that easily, girl.
Shit. I really don't like dancing.
Just one. No, not even one.
No. Nah.
And what would it take to get you just one dance?
I don't know if you can afford it, Blondie.
I think you're...
You have 2 days to convince me, and I have 2 days to not be convinced. So, game on, I guess.
Very good. Well then, I propose
Uh-huh.
that I start convincing you tonight.
I'm amenable. If you don't finish that drink, I will. Now, come on.
Just down it.
Fade to black.
Do you like my music selection for that?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, that's Kestra's theme song. Okay. Is there anything else that anybody would like to accomplish this evening? Okay. Oh.
Yeah, just a quick message or sending. Kind of sometime in the early hours of the morning.
Sure.
Kind of wake up in a fit and pace around the room a little bit, and then I'm going to do ascending to my brother Zane.
Okay. What do you say?
I have heard rumors about you being a traitor. If they are not true, I encourage you to return home. And be tested.
And if they are true?
I'll send another sending. Then we are not family, and you are not a Lightbringer.
I'm more of a light bringer than you are. And that is where we will end tonight's session, friends. On that happy, positive, upbeat note.
Sorry, I had to bring it down.
No, I love it. I was wondering when that was going to come out. So, Jono is not feeling well, so he had to step off the call. But he gives his kindest regards. You can follow him on Twitter at Jono Mammal, where he sometimes tweets about Dungeons and Dragons and musical theater, and sometimes they overlap. I think that's his sign off, right? I got it,
Like
right?
that, yeah.
He's amazing. You should check him out. Really quickly, as you all see, we did not start Sunday Friends this weekend because we had some player conflicts. The true enemy of Dungeons and Dragons, scheduling. We are set to officially start on November 24th, which is not this upcoming Sunday, but the next Sunday after that, where you will meet Salix, Kendall, Devereaux, and Kiri. It's going to be a good time. I'm very excited. Sunday, November 24th at 3 o'clock p.m. If you are watching this and you're not a part of our Discord, you should come be a part of our Discord because it's a good time. We have fun. Also, we recruit for players in upcoming shows and streams and one-shots. We're looking for some full-time players, some one-shot players. Apparently, there's a Mass Effect thing going on right now. I don't play Mass Effect, but apparently there's like a thing. Capital TH. Yeah, it's got some of my people hyped, so I'm hyped about it. I would like to thank our Patreon patrons, Mel Travis and Kellen. You two will have exclusive free access to the Oracle class, which will be released sometime in the next 3 weeks. Waiting for the art to come in. And also for me to finish it, because I got a concussion while I was working on it. It's a full class that shows a bit of what Leona is dealing with and a bit of what Andromeda is dealing with. If you'd like to see their mysteries and their curses, become a Lore Master patron and you can have access to these kinds of leaks. It will, for the rest of you, it will go up on DM's Guild for a price. It's money, friends. So, follow us on the Twitter. We have some amazing merch in the store. And am I forgetting anything, friends? Don't forget to check out, I think, is Half Right Heroes having a session this weekend? Today? They are! At 10 o'clock in the morning on Saturdays, Half Right Heroes will be having their usual session. Go check them out. They are a really good time.
Don't forget about our super awesome sponsor.
How could I forget about our amazing sponsor? Campaign coins are amazing. They're super nice. Check out all their stuff. They have tons of things. They're also super friendly on Twitter. Like, they're very active. Run by two amazing gentlemen. We are working on some collaborations with them. We are also gonna be working on some collaborations with a certain Eris Custom Design soon. And there is potential for pins to be in the future in January. We will see about that. It might require some collaboration. If you're interested in helping us out in any way, if it's whether you'd like to help run tech, if you are interested in being commissioned for art, we do a lot of that. If you'd like to help us work on the development of Open for Adventure of any capacity, like I said, come join us in our Discord. We're super awesome. Let's go ahead and sign off. And this is something I'm picking up from Quinn's game. Go ahead and just say your favorite part of the session when you at the end of your sign off. Who wants to start?
I'll start.
Okay.
Hey, I'm Mindy. Yeah, I played Leona. You can find me on Twitter at MKAY1713. I don't do a whole lot there, but I'm there. My favorite part of the session, there were a lot of really good moments. Kestra, you know what? My favorite part, because I got a lot of favorite parts, but my favorite line, the line that is standing out to me, is the moment where Kestra is talking to Alexander, and she's talking about Red, and Kestra says, yeah, you know, she's normal. I got the stick up her ass. And Alexander said, why'd you put it there? I don't know why that line stood out to me as really great. There were a lot of really brilliant moments, but that one, but I also know we're about to do call outs and I'm about to ring all your ears out. So I picked something short and quick.
You're amazing, Mindy.
Hi, I'm Kate. You can find me on Twitter and literally everywhere else important on the internet at Very Pale Ale, because I'm both very white and very bitter. I play Kestra and all of her whatever that is. My favorite moment was how Leona kept asking for a puppy and a kitten when she was getting something infinitely more expensive. Probably cherished, but by God, what if it's a puppy?
A full-grown dog.
Maybe. To be fair, those boxes were deceptively large.
Thank you, Kate.
Hi.
Eldon. Yep. go
Hi,
ahead.
yeah, I'm Than Rand. You can find me on the internet as Than Rand, literally everywhere, and mostly on Twitter. And my favorite part from tonight was Kesra struggling with getting her horse back. That was great. Nice and simple.
Hey everybody, I'm Morgan. You can find me on Instagram at Revenant_ceramics. And I played Alexander. I think that I have to agree with Than. My favorite part tonight was maybe it was slightly different. It was Camille letting Kate ramble on for about 5 minutes, just letting it happen.
I'm Camille. You can find me on Twitter at CamilleDoesDND. You can also find a channel on Twitter at Open4Adventure. And I played everybody else, which was a lot tonight. I have the most amazing players. This was a great night. Unfortunately, we're going to be missing Mindy next week because she hates us.
Or our school is running a STEAM night in the math department chair, so...
She's like super important and like way too cool for Open for Adventure.
Hey, I'm not that important. I just have to make sure like the school doesn't burn down. That's fine.
So, she won't be here. We will figure out a reason for her absence. I'm open to suggestions. My favorite night was Kate looking at me, waiting for me to cut her off. And me not giving it to her. Can I help you? You guys.
Oh, you can take that cone off.
I know. Poor dog. And y'all have all been amazing tonight. Thank you so much, everybody in the chat, everybody watching. You can find us same time, same place next week. we will be here picking up the story of Fate's Chosen. I think that's it, friends. All right. You know what? Let's do this. Let's roll those credits. Bye, everyone.